Fabrizio Romano yesterday that we'll find out in the next few weeks whether Donny van de Beek is going to stay at Manchester United. Now that's from Fabrizio Romano. That is not from the Daily Star. But I've been saying this for a few weeks now. Van de Beek wants to stay at Manchester United. His agents come and said that, and Van de Beek wants to stay at United. He wants a chance at United. He's a normal footballer. If I was Van de Beek or you were Van de Beek, the reality is, I think that you wouldn't be happy with your first season, and you wouldn't be happy with leaving after one season where you feel that you've not really been given your opportunity. As I keep saying, the last Premier League game, Donny van de Beek was man of the match against a decent Wolves midfield. So he doesn't want to leave. He believes he's good enough. And tell you what, I'd believe I was good enough as well. If I was Donny van de Beek who wants to play in the midfield and I was watching McTominay and Fred every day, I'd be like, I'm big enough. I'm good enough as well. I'd be so frustrated that I hadn't been given the chance to play for Manchester United. It's like being an ice hockey player, isn't it? And you want to play in goal, and you've got all the gear and you've got all the ice hockey boots and everything like that. And then they've got some prat in goal who's using a breadstick as his stick, and he's sliding around on his plimsolls in shorts and a t-shirt with no kit on. You've got all the kit, but they're playing the breadstick man. So I understand why Van de Beek wants to stay, but I have been saying this for a while. I've been ticking them off over the last few weeks. Different outlets talking about Van de Beek leaving, and I'm like, one or two, you can sort of ignore it. 4, 5, 6 different outlets talking about Van de Beek leaving. You think, well, is there a bit of a leak here? Are we spinning something out there? Is somebody putting something out there? I'm not even saying it's the club, but somebody must be putting something out there. And now you've got Fabrizio Romano saying in the next few weeks we'll find out what's happening with Donny van de Beek. It feels to me, much the same with De Gea, it feels to me with Van de Beek, United are trying to sell him. And look, I've got no firm information on that, but I do know that Van de Beek wants to stay. And I do know that a lot of outlets are saying that Van de Beek might leave. And you've now got Romano saying we'll find out what's happening with Donny in the next few weeks. Why is Van de Beek even being mentioned by Romano as we'll find out in the next few weeks? Because I think United are putting feelers out there to try and sell him, which I think is ridiculous. Because are we getting any stories about Fred? Well, is Romano coming out and saying, well, we'll find out what's happening with Fred in the next few weeks, or we'll find out what's happening with McTominay in the next few weeks, or we'll find out what's happening with Dan James in the next few weeks? No, we're not. And maybe they are players that you would sell, but we're hearing it about Donny because I think the club are actively trying to move him on. Yeah, somebody said there, Kyle says maybe they just want the money. Well, I will be absolutely disgusted if Donny van de Beek leaves Manchester United because he doesn't want to go. He's a fan favourite and he's never been given an opportunity. And I'll just feel a bit sick inside if Van de Beek walks out this club and we keep people like Fred and Matic and McTominay. Because with all due respect, he's way better footballer than them three. Way better. And I think it's wrong when you see footballers leaving. And can I just say as well, before we talk about Pogba and Varane, I don't know whether anybody saw it yesterday. I know it was a busy day yesterday, but Matic was talking with them. I think it was through the Manchester United website, and there's no indication that he's leaving the club. He's actually talking about coaching badges, and I thought again, another player that shouldn't be at the club talking about fucking coaching badges. What are we going to do? Give him a job as well? Like, how many ex-players are we going to not get rid of and give a coaching job? Look, I don't mind Carrick having a coaching job, but the reality is they've got no experience. You don't just do a coaching badge and then get a job at Manchester United. Where's the specialism? Like, where is your experience and specialism? Why are we giving jobs to people who used to play for the club? To me, it looks like we're going to do it with Mata. That's Carrick, Mata, and what we're going to do with Matic as well. Like, his interview yesterday, he's talking about, I enjoy playing, but I've got to think about the next stage. Yeah, you have got to think about the next stage because you're basically finished in the Premier League. And what we're going to do? Give you a coaching job because you're another leader on the training ground. How many bloody, I don't get why United are so obsessed with not getting rid of players. What are we going to do? Give Lingard a contract and make him a coach as well? Like Dan James as well? Why are we obsessed with giving people coaching jobs at Manchester United? And look, I want to hit some Amit in the chat with his badge next to his name. Thanks for the support in the channel, pal. So Pogba, this is coming from L'Equipe as well, or L'Equipe. I can't ever pronounce them, or L'Equipe. It's a French outlet. I think that in relation to Paul Pogba, what they're saying is that PSG is becoming more and more of an alluring attraction to Pogba. The PSG project, they're calling it, and Pogba quite fancies a bit of it. Now, the PSG project is quite an interesting project when you actually analyse what PSG have done this summer. Now, PSG, what were they, semi-final? Semi-finalists, were they last year? Did they get to the semi-final? PSG, Man City, was it? Yeah, PSG, Man City, wasn't it, in the semi-final? So, and finalists the year before. They're obsessed with winning the Champions League. They've still got Neymar. They'll still have Mbappe. He might only be there a year, but they've still got Mbappe. Obviously got Verratti, Marquinhos. Lots of good players at PSG anyway. They've added Hakimi. They've got Ramos and they've got Donnarumma. Their defensive line is going to be very good next season. You add Pogba in the midfield, and then you've got Mbappe, Neymar. There's even talk of Ronaldo. Like, that PSG team next season could be absolutely ridiculous. Now, whether... Adichie says their project has been going on forever. Wijnaldum's there as well. They've got Wijnaldum as well. So they've got a very, very good team. And Pogba is French. And the talk is that Pogba's going to PSG for between 50 and 60 million euro, which is between sort of around 40 to 50 million pounds, isn't it? It's around 40 million pounds, which is not a lot of money for Paul Pogba. 40 million pounds is not a lot of money. But he's only got a year left on his contract and he's got all the power. And this is the danger that United have. If Paul Pogba likes the PSG project, then he will be playing for PSG either this summer or next summer. And he'll either be going this summer for 40 million quid or he'll be going next summer for nothing. And in that sense, most people would say, let him go now because it's embarrassing to lose him for nothing. Some people would say, well, we're better to have him for a year, but how's he going to perform in that year? Is he going to be at full throttle? I don't think he would be, so you probably have to take the money. So watch out for Pogba and PSG. I think PSG are the threat. I'm not interested. I'm not worried about Juventus and Pogba. I don't think that'll happen. I'm not worried about Real Madrid and Pogba. I don't think that will happen. But PSG have definitely got the money to do it, and they might have to remove some players first. But if Pogba starts to fall in love with the PSG project, we're screwed. My only hope is, why would you fall in love with the PSG project when the French league is boring? I know they didn't win it last year, but it's a boring league, and effectively you are signing for a club to play 12 games a season, Champions League. Like, that's basically PSG's season. I don't like that if I'm Pogba, but he is French and he might like it. Just received my Jadon t-shirt and an elite summer. We've only signed Jadon Sancho and we're releasing a new kit. That's where we are at the moment. We've not sold anybody and we've not bought anybody else other than Jadon Sancho. If you're thinking about buying that new kit, I'll repeat what I've said before. You are funding the Glazers. That's what you are doing. And now if you decide you want to do that, that's fine. I know there's plenty of people who are going to do it. But you know what? I'm surprised that people can be so anti the Glazers a few weeks ago and then they're absolutely excited about a new kit when all we've done is bought Jadon Sancho. Paul Pogba could be about to leave this club. If Pogba leaves and Sancho comes in, I think we're in a worse position. Now, if Pogba stays, Sancho comes in, Varane comes in and Camavinga comes in, you might want to buy the kit. For me, still not going to do it, but you might want to do that. But why are people getting excited about a new kit when Pogba's looking like he's going to go? Sancho's the only signing. We haven't got...